Happy New Year! Welcome back to my channel, Mary's Classic Quilling. I'd like to thank everyone who viewed, liked, and or subscribed to my channel. That means a lot. If you're just joining me today, welcome. My channel is on paper quilling, which is an art form of rolling strips of paper, pinching them into shapes, and gluing them into designs. Since it's January, we are going to be talking about winter items. Today, I want to show you how to make at least one snowflake, just like this one. If there is time, we'll make another snowflake. So let's get started. For this snowflake, you will need, I'm going to put it out in front of us so you can see what we're making. You will need a circle size ruler or a ruler. You will need glue, like again, I use Elmer's glue, clear and or white glue because it doesn't leave much residue. You will need a slotted tool, and this tool has a little slit on the end to hold your piece of paper while you're rolling. You will need a background piece of paper. I'm going to be using white since I'm using blue strips. And then this snowflake takes 7 strips of paper. And I have my 7 right here. So the first thing you're going to do is out of those 7 strips of paper, you're going to take 6 of them. And we're going to start rolling them into loose coils. Now, if you don't know your basic shapes or the materials you'll need or where to get them, you can check out my first video. So to do this, you're going to separate your strips of paper. And then I'm going to bring out a magnifying glass to hopefully, so you guys can see my work a little better. And then you're going to put your strip of paper in your slotted tool, and we're just doing the end, and then you're going to roll to the end, but this time you do not want to put glue on the end. So you're going to roll your strip of paper to the end to make that little, your first coil for the snowflake. So we're going to keep rolling it to the end. You get all the way to the end, and then you're going to slide it off your slotted tool. Now you can use a circle size ruler to get equal sizes, or you can just guess. So we're at the end. I'm going to slide it off, and I'm going to take it in my right hand. Well, it already expanded, but we're going to bring it down a little bit more. And I want it to be the size of my finger pad on my second finger of my left hand. And if it uncoils like mine did, you can just wrap it back up with your fingers like I'm doing, or you can use a slotted tool again. So it's about my fingertip, and then I'm going to add some glue. I like using a fine tip bottle just so you get a drop of glue. Like that, and then we're going to put it together. You're going to want to do this with the 6 strips of paper out of the 7. So once you get all 6 coils, and I've already made some, we're going to pinch them into marquises. Now, a marquise you can do a couple different ways. You can first off pinch the loose coil into a teardrop, which I'll show you. We're going to take one that's already dried so that one can dry. You can pinch it into a teardrop where you bring one point, you make one point with a rounded end, and then you form the other point. Or you can pinch both points at one time. You want one point on each end, and that's a marquise. So we're going to do that really quick with the other 5. And once you make all 5 marquises, you're going to take a glue bottle and put it on the background paper. I tend to aim for the middle of the paper. You don't have to. You can put it off center. And you're going to glue them with the points together. I like to glue them after I make them just so they don't get lost. Like I said, this little snowflake uses 7 strips of paper. And here's the final marquise. Then, like I said, for my background paper, I like to use a little bigger bottle because I'm going to be doing a circle of glue. And we're going to do a circle, just very light and enough so they all fit. And then we're going to put them where the points are together, and I'll show you in just a minute. You're going to keep doing that with all 6 of them. Then the 7th piece of paper, well, your marquises are drying, we're going to use your 7th strip of paper. And for that, we're going to mark 6 3-inch pieces. And I already have mine done on a light blue strip. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's kind of what it should look like. And we're going to use a light blue strip of paper, or you can use white. And we're going to mark, you're going to do 6 3-inch marks. And as you can see, I have already done that to this strip of paper. Then on the end, you're going to realize one end is a lot bigger. Do not throw this away, as it'll be used for our tight circle in the middle. You can use scissors or you can tear them. I like to use scissors. You're going to cut on each mark you just made for 3 inches. Now this snowflake measures 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I'm using a 4 by 4 inch piece of background paper. Like I said, quilling has so many possibilities. You can use your imagination. You can use any color. I like blue just for a little cheerfulness, and so I'm using a white background paper. If you use white, you can use blue background paper. And you're going to cut each of those little strips. Once you get 6 baby strips cut like this, you're going to fold them in half and crease. Now these are going to be the stems of the snowflake right here. And for that, you're just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom, but you don't want to glue, you want to leave the opening open. So I'm starting my glue where the crease is and going up just before it meets up to the end. You're going to glue them. It's okay if they're not equal, and you're going to do that with all 6 strips. Then when they're done, you're going to put them in between each marquise. So I'm just going to do these really quick. And like I said, that is why you want a ruler or your circle sizer ruler to measure those strips of paper. And while these are drying, I'm going to work on the tight circle. But we just fold them in half and pinch. This is just, I understand this is a really easy snowflake. And that's okay, because by the end of this month, I want to teach you how to do some 3D projects. So you just want the ends to be split. You put a drop of glue, and you keep doing those. If you're just joining me, welcome. I really appreciate you guys liking and subscribing to my channel. If you guys do have comments, please feel free to leave them and share them with me. I want to hear your guys' feedback. So I'm going to finish up these couple strips really quick. If you guys missed how to do basic shapes and where to get stuff again, that is my first video. So go check that out. That tells you can buy strips of paper. My strips of paper are 17.5 inches long, and they're an 1/8 inch width that I'm using for this project. They do have different sizes, different widths, different lengths, and that also can add dimension, decoration, uniqueness to your snowflake or your projects. So I got my 6 strips all folded. Now you're going to take the last end that was bigger and you're going to roll that into a tight coil. Now you're going to take your slotted tool and you're going to feed the strip of paper in your slotted tool and you're going to roll. And this time for a tight coil, you're going to glue the end when you get to the end of the strip. You don't want it to expand. So once we get it to the end, we're going to put a drop of glue, and that's going to go in the middle of your snowflake. So we've got the tight coil. I like to hold it on the slotted tool. You don't have to. You can take it off and hold it. You just don't want it to expand. Then you're going to put glue in the middle of the marquises, and you're going to put that tight coil right where the glue is in the middle. Like that. And then you're going to put glue in between each marquise for the strips of paper. I did a couple different snowflakes just so you guys can see that you can have a variety of snowflakes. You can do them out of hearts like this red one. You can do different colors. You can do a beehive coil in the middle. Anything that you want to design, you can do with quilling paper. And then I just put my halves in between. You can either keep the ends open or you can keep them closed. And we'll finish this really quick just so you guys can see. I'm just putting them in. They fit real easy in between those marquises. And we just put them in. You can also use fine tip tweezers to do this if you have unsteady hands, or if you don't have nails. Since I have nails, it makes it a little easier to put them in. And there's your first snowflake. I hope you guys join me next time as we will be doing winter flowers. See you then. Thank you.